Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, Great Millstone, who rule well, and grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing and pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. This is your fellow servant, Rakayo from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you with a quick impromptu live stream. Just a couple of words regarding the grid. I just saw the Elder Yashawamba's recent video going in the news and prophecy. And as you may know, there's a lot of talk about grid failure here in the United States, all right, Babylon the Great, which is highly possible. All right, you have many factors that can play into grid failure, all right, here in America, Babylon the Great, as well as Canada. All right, you have possibilities such as EMPs, all right, which would shut down all electrical, components within Babylon the Great. All right, you also have system failures, all right, that can happen, which, to make a long story short, there's a lot of intricacies that go into the grid, the way the grid is set up here in Babylon the Great. All right, just to give you a slight, insight into how things are wired. All right, the tall power lines that you see on a daily basis, if you live in the city or whether you live in the country, the tall power lines that you see that are usually on those tall, probably 100-foot steel structures, all right, are all interconnected everywhere in America. All right, every state, all right, is connected, all right, regarding those tall power lines on those steel structures, all right, even up into Canada. All right, from Canada and every state in America, Babylon the Great, all right, those tall steel structures are connected to each other. They're called highline poles. All right, and what those are, what the basic function of those structures is to store power, all right, that is generated from these different utility companies, all right, and they in turn distribute it to different counties, cities, and so on and so forth. Whoever has the highest bid, whoever is willing to pay more for it. All right, so essentially, Texas, a utility company in Texas, can sell power to a city or to a company here in Orlando, Florida. That's because it's all stored power. It's all connected. The grid is all connected. A utility company in New York can sell power to a company here in Orlando, or a company in Texas, or a company in California. It's all intertwined. It's all interconnected within each other. And on a smaller aspect, on another aspect, Salakia, all right, the smaller poles that you see, all right, that are usually on the wood structures, all right, those poles aren't intertwined, all right, around America. Those are separate, all right, from those highline poles. Okay, those are dictated by different cities and counties, all right, but those run off of the power that is generated from the power plant to the substations. All right, so on a lower level, all right, all it would take for a mass outage here in America, Babylon the Great, would be for one of those substations to be taken out. Now, a substation or a power plant, all right, now a substation is easily accessible. All right, all it takes is one fool, one idiot, all right, to walk into a substation and break off, one of those, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but one of those small or big gray structures, which will be a transformer or insulator. All right, and that would take literally weeks to restore. And somebody could destroy it within seconds with a small 22 or a baseball. He throws it hard enough. All right, but it would take weeks to restore, all right, that substation, which would leave tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, out of power for those weeks, which, plays into that grid failure. Esau Edom can do this a number of ways, but ultimately we know that when this is to happen, or if this does happen, all right, through the Spirit, it's going to cause great sedition, or it's going to cause great chaos, all right, because without electricity, You know, without power, people are going to go fucking crazy. All right, this is one of the modern day luxuries of this world. All right, without power, people don't know how to live because Esau has made it to where everyone has to go to him for substance, you know, go to him for nourishment. All right, nobody in this world knows how to hunt for themselves, knows how to sustain themselves on a daily basis, all right, without getting help from Esau Edom, all right, which has all been a part of his plan, you know. But nevertheless, you know, he also has implemented this whole eco-friendly way of living, you know, this go green bullshit, you know, which, you know, you see the different electric cars. Now you have a lot more electric appliances, you know, such as stoves, gas tops, you know, and so on and so forth, ACs and so on and so forth, which is drawing a lot more current than the system was designed for. Because about 100 years ago, when all this was being made, you know, 40 years ago, all right, this much load, this much current wasn't being drawn, all right, from the system. All right, but now all this current, all this load is being placed upon the system, all right, which it wasn't designed for, which is causing a whole lot of problems, which is causing a whole lot of outages. All right, now you see, you know, a whole lot more cities and a whole lot more counties going without power for days because the grid wasn't designed for that, you know, first and foremost, you know, and second of all, you know, you have these outages happening because, hold on, excuse me for a second. You have these outages happening because the system just, quite frankly, wasn't designed for it. Excuse me, there's somebody walking up on me. But yeah, you know, it just wasn't designed for it. You know, and now it's all coming to bite Esau Edom in his ass. You know, which he's ultimately coming down with this. You know, he's coming down with this because it's designed this way. You know, we know that Esau Edom plans on, you know, driving this society into chaos. You know, coming down with great wrath, so that he's able to establish his Godhead. You know, pursuing the 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. You know, but I just had a couple of, you know, quick words regarding the grid failure. You know, that's been spoken about here a lot more frequently. You know, just a few words. Lord willing, this is edifying unto you elect. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I'll be able to do a more in-depth lesson about it later on. But those are the main factors, you know, that play into grid failure here in the United States, you know, Babylon the Great. And, you know, for them to shut down the grid will be easy. You know, for them for grid failure to happen is very easy. You know, for cities to lose power, it's literally, it takes seconds. It takes seconds, you know, which is something that's easily doable by Esau Edom. But yeah, with that being said, so I like to say, Lord wants to edify unto your elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Grace and peace to you elect around the four winds, believing in pushing this truth in all sincerity. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Shalom. Stay up. Hey, and shalom to Ya'akim and Akwaf on the comment board. Hey, shalom. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Barakatham. Shalom.